Welcome to the Joy Work Show, the podcast that goes beyond the surface of business, right to the heart, to explore the real joy and the stories behind success. Not just the moments of celebration, but the challenges that paved the way for them. Hiya, I'm Diane, and here we know that joy isn't just about the good times. Often the greatest joy comes right after the greatest challenge. So today is the last in the Little August mini-series about business in August, about the reasons we find it difficult, about sitting back a little bit, about waiting for September. And today I want to step into something that is really important at all points of the year, but perhaps is something you can really reflect on this week to get ready for, some would say, the important end of the year. And I want to say something that might sting a little. And it certainly might think it stings me as somebody who builds a business on helping small businesses with their strategy. Your business isn't built on your strategy. You can make all the best plans in the world, but your business is built on your identity. Because you can borrow someone else's plan. You can borrow someone else's strategy. We certainly all learn the best strategies from people who have came before us. We may tweak them and update them for ourselves, our businesses, and the time. You can swipe somebody's launch sequence. You can get a content calendar. You can look at people's funnels, but you cannot borrow their sense of self. And identity, that's the thing that determines whether you'll actually use the strategy you've got or abandon it the moment it feels uncomfortable. We spoke a little bit about visibility in episode 2 of this August series, but we talked about it in terms of hiding behind the strategy, not wanting to be as visible as we need to be as business owners. But today, I really want you to think about that deep identity, who you want to be and who you want to show up as. When I first started out in the online space, I worked with a small business owner who had everything mapped out. Their offer, their emails, their social plan, such fantastic ideas to get her offer launched. They had more content than most people ever launch with, ready to go, not doing anything mid-launch, nothing, all ready and planned to perfection. But then the launch was meant to happen, and it wasn't happening the way that they told me they had planned it out. It wasn't happening the way that we were discussed. And what that business owner then told me was, I just don't feel like I'm the kind of person people listen to. And I was so pleased that happened to me with one of my clients early on in my online space career, because I hadn't thought as much about that business owners can be fabulous at what they do, experts, amazing individuals who, as far as I could see, didn't really know why they wouldn't succeed. But the belief, the identity, that's what shapes everything. So that business owner that said, I just don't feel like I'm the kind of person people listen to, they hesitated to post. They second-guessed every email that they'd planned out meticulously. They watered down their pricing. They didn't launch with the price that was planned because they didn't see themselves as worthy of charging more. And as I always say, the strategy wasn't the problem. It was never the plan. And in this exact scenario, the strategy wasn't the problem. It was never the plan. It was who they believed they were inside the plan, inside themselves. When they began to shift their identity from someone who was trying to someone who was already a leader in the space, they didn't need a new funnel. They didn't need a new strategy. They just needed to stand in who they already were. And that shift changed results faster than any marketing tweak ever could. Identity, who you are, who you're showing up as, who you want to be, is the multiplier or the limiter on everything that you do. If you see yourself as small, your strategy will shrink with you. If you see yourself as inconsistent, you'll keep proving yourself right. If you see yourself as someone who always hustles, always works the hardest, always does the things, you'll keep grinding long after the joy is gone and the results are no longer there. But when you shift your identity, everything recalibrates. The words you write, the energy you show up with, the boundaries you set, the opportunities that you attract. How many of you out there want to be a magnet? How many of you out there are watching people talk about being a magnet to leads, creating opportunities in your business from just attracting? This is how you do it. You are already the business owner that you need to be. You just need to show up as them. Your business is not waiting on the next piece of content that you do. It's waiting on you to decide who you are when you create it. And it's not about what other people are creating. By all means, jump on trends, have fun with your content, but show up as you. Tweak it that it is you and the identity that you want to have, not the identity that's keeping you small, messy, inconsistent, scared, the person that you know you are deep down that started the business in the first place. So as you step into September, as you get ready this week for September, I want you to ask, who do I believe I am right now? Am I showing up as the one who's figuring it out or the one who owns the room? I'll be asking myself these questions because I'm being very vulnerable in the online space at the moment, talking about the challenges that I have had, which sometimes makes me out to be the one who's figuring it out, when I still want to be the one who owns the room. And it's finding that balance. The next question to ask, does that identity match the season I'm stepping into? Because the strategies you've built will only ever rise to the level of the identity holding them. Have you created this strategy that is somebody else's who is in the online space perhaps and has a huge team and a huge help with every launch that they do? But right now it's just you. And you need to step into that team role. Are the strategies big enough for you? What is your identity? What does it look like? How does it feel? Are the strategies big enough or are they too big? Is your identity, is your power in working one-on-one? Not having a massive launch where you're looking for hundreds or thousands of people. Think about the identity you want and is the strategy working for that identity, not a strategy that works for somebody else's. And then what one action that proves my chosen identity today? Not later, not when it's polished. Go back to episode 3 and think about waiting. Right now, the identity that you can step into, the identity that you know deep down is there and it's crying to get out. Think about that chosen identity. So here is the challenge. Don't just set goals for September. Don't just write a to-do list this week of everything you're going to do once the kids go back to school. Set an identity. Decide who you are. Are you the leader? Are you the voice? Are you the person your audience is waiting for? And then let every action flow from there. Because joy doesn't come from building a perfect plan. Success doesn't come from building a perfect plan. It comes from someone living as the person who believes that they deserve it, who believes that they are already the person that they are envisioning in 6 months' time, 12 months' time, 5 years' time. They are them and they are taking the action now. And that's who their audience sees. That's who their client and customer sees. And they'll come to you because your belief is that strong. They have no option apart from to believe you too. You've got this. September is just there. Get ready for that identity. Take this as the moment to make that shift. You've got it. That person is there. Do what you need to do to bring them out. If this episode hit home, I want you to know who you are stepping into in September. Share it with me, tag me, DM me, or come into the Joy Work Club, the free community where the conversation continues and where we practice showing up as the leaders we already are. Thank you so much for listening to this episode today. And if you've enjoyed this episode, or indeed any of the others, and you'd like to know when the others come out, all you need to do is subscribe. It costs you nothing and it's right there. Press the follow button, press the subscribe button, press the alarm wherever you're watching this. It means the world to me. It means more people find me, it means I can keep doing this. And what is better than spreading the joy? So please go and do that for me if you could. But apart from that, I will see you next time. And in September, our wonderful guest episodes will be starting back too. And I've got some fabulous interviews coming up for that. So make sure you subscribe for them too. Take care.